Hello everyone, how good of you to join. Welcome back to Crown Falls. Yeah, well, the city is beautiful, isn't it? We got big, beautiful buildings in the center right now. It has changed dramatically. Also, people are wearing fancier dresses, I think. So yeah, lots of changes coming to my city, to my Annoholics that we are right now. Oh, he's particularly happy there. And yeah, we have work to do. In the last episode, something very cool happened. We got the furnaces electrified, right? So we are working on a very high efficient furnace industry now that leads us to a very high potential, output of steel. However, of course, we're nowhere near that. It's fine though. It is a potential that we have for the future. We don't need to get it 100% right away. We do have now up to 100 tons capacity available for steel. The other thing is though that we do also have then a 100 tons capacity of demand for iron ore and coal. In Catester, we are already getting around 18, right, for that. 18 sounds like a good number. We do get around 40, around 40 in Crown Falls. I could further boost this, and we're probably going to do this. We do still have some available deposits up there that I would like to use as well right away. Let's make this one happen. Because, of course, steel is one of the thriving things for our industry. We want to get more of that, way more of that. I want to make sure that we use all the coal now, and all the iron, we are doing this as well. And it's also being boosted, as we can see. This leads to a total output of around 50 there for the iron and around 40 for the coal, because there is two fewer coal deposits available. Of course, that's that. So around 70 tons per minute we already provide to the furnaces. The total demand would be 110. So we are not that far away. We're around 40. That makes it 800 tons away every 20 minutes for the Docklands. And I would like to use the Docklands for this endeavor. Did I just lose a ship? No, I don't think so. We're totally fine on that. Yeah, there is an attack though happening somewhere, but it's just some passing mishunties. And let's just quickly check it out. I think we can afford more export offices. Let's do this. Let's get us another one over there. This leads to 2 more export offices, or 2 more export contracts that we have available. And I would like to use this now to get the coal and the iron in for that, right? We're doing this in Crown Falls for now. We can also have a second Docklands then in Catester later. That probably makes a lot of sense to do it now. Yep, why not? Let's get rid of the 2 fishermen here. Let's use the Docklands. Now, some of you are telling me that using the Docklands is cheating. I hear that for all the time. It is not, right? Because with the Docklands, and I'm explaining this probably to the last time now while we go through the propaganda, the Docklands makes it possible for me to use high quality products to get cheap quality products in high quantity to save space, but ultimately, yeah, space and workforce. And in that case here, we are going to build up a massive city that is possible because of the Docklands that we can do this. Of course, we could just conquer as many islands as possible. That would delay the whole process though to infinity, because it's going to take a while taking out all these ships here, right? And before I bore you with endless naval battles, we just use the Docklands to do this. By the way, we still need to have high-level products to get the low-level products. And that is a tricky beast, to be honest. Now, let's just have the warehouse, a second warehouse. That's going to be for the fishermen, because we just deleted some. And Catester needs fishes anyway. There you go. They can be in an unprotected harbor area, because what? If someone destroys them, we just rebuild them. 2 tons of timber. Screw me. And over here now we have the Docklands in our protected harbor area. I mean, protected is probably an exaggeration. Also, we have some more building materials that I've delivered, plus the reverberatory furnace. This one gives ironworks and foundries another 50% bonus of productivity. Not that we really need more productivity, but it's still nice to have it for the future on the right island right away. The other one is Jörg from Malkin, Augur of the Auric. No idea what this means, to be honest. He sounds good actually, right? Productivity 70% increased for mines, so we could have it potentially, we could potentially boost those 2 coal mines here for 70%. But to be honest, that's not really anything, right? We're going to sell it for 240,000 right at Eli. So I'm going to send this clipper here to the Warm Waste Prison, and there's Eli waiting with juicy items. This is the ship Mother Goose that has the white flag on board, so no risk of this one getting destroyed. and we can send it off to purchase high-level products in the old world without having any defenses to it. Now let's just make sure that we are not getting depleted of any building materials. We do have a lot of them. They're important for my Docklands here now. And there is one thing that I would like to use as an export, right? And it's weapons. We do have, of course, an amazing steel output here potentially. And weapons can be used as an export good once leveled up, are pretty worth it, right? And they're not that expensive to make at this point. I could also go with sewing machines in Catastrophe. To be honest, that is absolutely a possibility. We have a lot of artisan workforce. Yes, let's actually go for sewing machines, because I remember the quality here, the level of the tiers of sewing machines and soap is shared globally. That means if I export sewing machines in Crown Falls and in Catastrophe, they're both contributing to the same export volume level that we have. With that, we can upgrade the sewing machines even faster to epic level, where it's going to be really worth it. Plus, for the 800 that we want right now, we only need 85 sewing machines. Now we can calculate that real quick. A sewing machine factory produces 2 per minute. We have electricity that makes it 4 per minute. That means one of them is already providing 80 tons every 20 minutes. So 2 of them could already provide all the coal and all the iron ore that I need for the foreseeable future. And we're going to do this, of course, because it's easy. And the sewing machines, let's have them both here. They're also close to my warehouse already. Let's just make here a nice paved road as well. And with that, boom, we have this output. The only thing we might need to consider is lumberjacks. That's the timber production. I might... Oh, we do have already some blueprinted ones. No problem then. Let's go ahead and do this. We should be pretty full anyway. Yes, we are on wood. And that just makes it fuller, right? We could have a third one as well. Let's just have it blueprinted for now, so that I know what to do here next. That makes it possible to have now 160 tons of sewing machines ready for the taking. And that makes it possible to have the sewing machines... Wait a second, we don't have artisans. No, we don't. So no one is consuming it as well in Catastrophe. The only other thing I need is, of course, an export office. We do have that. Beauty. There you go. And with that, I have the 2 available. Under attack. And once again, we're also going with sewing machines here for the 800 that I need right now. The other ones are coming in from Crown Falls, of course. Once again, Miss Hunt is using Benta's disguise, so I don't see her really. Fleet ready. But now I see her. Now the monster revealed herself. Did she? Where is she? She's gone again. There she is. Holy cow, really, Miss Hunt. Nasty. Let's get the ships over. There's also some here in my main harbor, but that's... Yeah, they're just passing by. They're not really a threat. 8 influence, I'm still capped. I can't build any more warships for now. I'm sorry. However, what we can produce now, finally, is cargo ships. And I would like to go ahead to build the first 2 ones, because we're going to use these cargo ships for our high volume traffic, more or less, for, yeah, steel that we're going to get to Crown Falls over, because we do need a lot of that. 290,000. How's it looking with my clipper in the old world? It is still on the way. There it is. It has arrived at least. No storm left it on the ground of the ocean, bottom of the ocean. Another thing I need to do in Cadastre is my next and final production before we can move to investors, and that is preparing the light bulb factory. With the light bulb factory, I would like to have the whole production in Cadastre as well. There is no reason for me really to go to Crown Falls for the light, as we have a shared workforce, and it does require engineers. We have lots of them, and we have them available in Cadastre as well. Let's just find us a nice, cozy beach. This is a very, very small one. Let's use this one. I like big beaches. There you go. Also upgrading it right away for our sand mines, right? We do need a few of them. Not that many though, because glass is really cheap in comparison to what we need. And right, that's already 3 glass makers. Need 2. let's just check it out real quick for our consumption rate of crown falls for the light bulbs. Right now we need 2. That will probably go up to 4, up to 6 at a maximum, I should say. That's 6 light bulb factories, that's 3 glass makers, right? So we're already pretty golden with that. Yeah, let's have the... Sorry, fellas, you actually missed the road there again, right? Let's go ahead and have the glass makers in the area as well right away. I was so sure that this works. It is working, right? So they're providing it right away, and then it's being transported to my warehouses as well, right away. And let's go ahead. This, and let's make the connection just in case they do need to deliver that further over. That's the glass, and the other thing is the filaments. For that we do need some some coal once more. And they're also, well, we do need up to 6 of them really. Not really though, as we can also have them, well, powered by our power plant over there. So I only need 3 as a maximum. We do have still some space available here that we're not really using at the moment that can already be electrified. So let's use it for that. This is not possible because of the beach area, but this is possible. And it should also get its electricity right away. There it is, perfect. And there's the warehouse for it. Let's just make a quick connection with the paved roads. That's that. And you, my sir... is that working out? No, it's not working out. You will need your own warehouse, unfortunately. I'm ashamed to say that. And of course, as always, baffled as it looks, I can't build it here because the beach already counts for this area there. As always, we need to get rid of some of the roads here. But then it's working out. It's just really for that. Let's build. Yeah, 2 of them right away. These 2 here. Of course, we need to make sure that it also receives its fair share of electricity. There it is. So that's 2 of them, together with the glass makers that we have in the area here. We can also make 2 of them, right? Because I'm calculating up to a potential of 6 that we need, but that's for later. I'm not doing that all at once. Thank you very much. And with that, we have now everything available for the light bulb factories. And once again, I need a maximum of 3 to produce all the light bulbs. Electricity goes all the way over here. That's just really perfect.
Ship constructed.
This one we need to move on the other side. Now it has electricity as well. And with that, we can already build 2 of them. And with that, I have a light bulb production of 4 light bulbs, which is plenty for Crown Falls. And that is the last good that we need on our way to investors. Let's upgrade the warehouse there as well. And by the way, I still have room to expand around the electrical power plant. That's this area, right? So we still have a whole area available there for future expansions then as well. Where is Tobias? We get 2 Tobiases now. And this one is coming in 8 minutes, right? It's fine though, because the sewing machines need to ramp up anyway. Of course, the main culprit here really is my coal and my iron. Let's actually bump this up a bit, because I think we do have a slight delay there, of course, with the loading times as well. Very good. I might do something else, and that is, pause at least 2 of my weapon productions, because we don't need that many weapons, to be honest. We should have plenty now in Crown Falls. The reason for that is, of course, it's boosted. And we are at 300 tons of weapons. I cannot build that many ships or harbor defenses, so there's no reason really to bump that many weapons. I could use the steel for sewing machines instead and use it for the better good of Docklands. Let's go to the New World first. Do we have a new white flag with Isabel? Chocolate factory. Nope, we don't. That's fine. And we go right away to Eli. Sell us the legendary item. Nice juice. 240,000. And then we can just check out what he's got in store. He's usually got good stuff in store. The Arsenal Kitchen. I would like to, of course, Chef Michel. That's going to take a while, based on my experience and my luck. But we might find other very good things, like Bicycle Factory, Sewing Machine Factory, and Sewing Factory improved by 30%. Doesn't sound that bad. One very good item we actually get right away, and that is the fur dealer. Instead of cotton, it processes wool. No idea how that works in reality, but our fur dealers with that, and we can just check this out real quick. My fur dealers will then in order to make their fur coats will not use cotton anymore, but wood. And somehow with fur and wood you can make fur coats. They must be very stiff, but it works. And that is of course a very good, because with that we can get rid of one of our New World productions. At least we don't need it in the quantities that we have it right now or in the future, because they're also very space wasting. Very good item there. Let's take you on board. 2 epic items. None of them I really need. Yeah, that is actually pretty good, right? Steelworks, weapon factory, heavy weapon factories productivity increased by 40%. 250,000 though. That's a steep price for something that we already have. Oh, and also, very good. My public mooring is working. We got the first boat, and the first boat delivers a specialist right away for the animal farms, workforce reduction, or 6,000 value in price. Of course, we accept. It's only the first item, right? This is going to get, of course, better over time. With the fur dealer, I would not like to wait any longer, though, because we can't afford that many items anyway, right? Let's reroll once more. 35,000 we would have. Perhaps once more. Yeah, let's get this back home right away. It's quick anyway, and we come back here before the new items appear. Another thing is we do have lots of money. Yeah, I would like to do this. Purchase another share of Miss Hunt's main island. That's not the main island, though, is it? Though, yeah, it is. Ladies and gents, let's also behold our first steamship. Yeah, and the second one is already coming along, actually. The Mild Shrimp. That is an honorable name for these beauties. And we have a lot of new skins available for them as well that I would like to use ASAP, right? To make them more beautiful. And these are mods. So we're just going to use those beautiful ones. So the steel, they're actually bigger with that as well. That's a really cool ship. And this is a very fast and effective cargo ship that we can use now, essentially. It is actually a vast different. I don't like this anymore. I like this one. We're going ahead with this one from now on. And it already has its first task. Go ahead. Trade route. Cataster to Crown Falls. And it's going to deliver us light bulbs that are going to come in shortly. And then also lots of steel. Right, so it's the second trade route here now with steel, because steel volume is going up once the Docklands starts to work. And let's get this one over back and forth. The Mild Shrimp on its way now for that. It even has room left for other things. Another thing we need to do in order for our investors' preparation, electricity for the town center itself. Now, I have located a few spots where we can have our first power plants for this. First of all, we do have plenty of oil. Let's actually upgrade this one right away here, because we... Does it upgrade? There you go, up to the maximum capacity now of 1,500 tons that we can have in here. And we do have several spots down here. Instead of the school, I would like to have one over here once we advance to this area then, and of course for this area here, and then for this area. For this area we're going to have our power plant right here somewhere. Reason for that is we can get rid of the marketplace rather soon and the pub. And why is that? Because I'm going to upgrade also now these artisans over here. Let's get rid of these. There's still some workers there as far as I can see. And artisans or engineers don't need a marketplace and a pub anymore, right? So what we can do here now is, yeah, go crazy on the upgrading. That is costing me everything that we can afford. Boom. A whole new area full of engineers. Let's also have the other side there, actually. Once again, very profitable because it's all still within the range of the bank as well. And then also go ahead once again. It's just the skins for that. And yeah, let's also have some paved roads here as we make our preparations. Oops. I'm certainly not going to sell any shares of Crown Falls. Even though, out of curiosity, how much would it be worth it? 500,000 at the moment. That's not really much for such a big city. Bente, we are further deteriorating here with her. He's also catching up economically wise. Very strange. Yeah.
Charming.
At least one flat array worked out there. Very good. Thank you, Misant. Now we need to do something nasty though. And I've prepared it. I've prepared this single house row here. And I'm going to get rid of that. You could also say why am I not using this one here now? Because we have the space for 2 tracks here. I'm not doing this because that looks very ugly later on. I've used this previously. It's not something I would like to use any longer. Instead, we're using that whole area here for another track system that goes then right into our center. And here it is going to use then just for this short period of space here, probably right here. It's going to use the track then, right? Where this one goes into a single track anyway. Now we do have the pub here for that area. And we do have a pub here for that area. So we don't need it anymore, right? We can get totally rid of this one now. And I think also, yeah, those workers should actually also want to level up now any moment. Because then we can finally get rid of that, even though we can also just pave the roads here. That would be fine. Now we can get rid of that. Get us lots of space here in the center of the city again. Even the artisans don't need anything here. The university is still fulfilled. And then we can just go ahead and use that track system that we already have. Right? And get it in here. Like so. And this is actually what I would like to do. Get it all the way to the other side. Might actually put this one. This one will not work. Unfortunately, the game still can't figure out something like that. What we need to do here is make the tracks first. And then I can make the road like that, for example. Still not looking ideal, but it looks better than the tracks. Let's have it like that. Here's the power station now. Yeah, we're probably going to make this one. There's the other one then. Probably a bit further over here to make this work. There, that should be fine. We can still move it later on. But for now, that should be fine. Then it goes all the way over there. Until it is connecting then here. Not looking really beautiful at the moment, right? First of all, we can get rid of all of that. To continue with the walls, of course, on either side. And once again, for the avenue as well, it's looking like this then. So you almost don't see the tracks, really. And anyone who's passing by hopefully sees them and sees that there is a train. There might be a potential train then incoming. Let's just clean this one up there to make it look a bit better for us. By the way, here we can make, of course, gates. Right, so we don't need to have it like that. And here we have the smaller road that goes then over into this area. But still can be used probably like that. Now that's really not ideal. Let's move it over there. Make the connection here for now. Yeah, but these crossings, I still will need to find a way of doing this in a bit more beautiful way. And then we still have that area here. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to move the artisans over, right? And also instead of a few farmers here. Farmers can always act as a good placeholder. And I can just move it over. And we're just going to make this one in a way more beautiful way. Because I don't like this solution at all. There, much better. Now we have also then the crossings here that are still going over the tracks then. And this one is all a bit more separated now. And we can keep the triple road here untouched. So there doesn't need to be a train on the triple road. Of course, we sacrifice a few houses here in the center with that. But I'm fine with this as long as I have a bit more beauty and a bit more order in all of that. Let's build all of the ornaments right away. The tracks are already there. We can build the power station. And then we just need to make the connection for the power station. While we're at it, let's also move it a bit further, right? And then we can make this wall here completed to the other side. And there is probably going to be some other placeholder. Yeah, let's also make this one all the way up there. Right, then here there's just the entrance to the power station then. Very good. We can have some trees in between. And also here along the brick wall. I think that also makes sense. And then here we do have then the connection with our main network all the way down here. We don't need a quadruple road there, right? So there, that's the industry zone here anyway. And we are going to get rid of this wall there, because the tracks can just as well be within the industry zone, right? We don't need to specifically hide them just because of that. They're going all the way over here. And here we're going to have then the tracks go all the way down there. And down here, connecting this. And then, as a final act, the wall again to cover it. The industry zone with my normals. And in that case here, we do definitely need some crossings for that though. There might also be another crossing. I like this. I like how it turned out, because it gives us now a bit more order, right? So we have still the double tracks now that go all the way into the city, connecting then here with the power network, and then we can expand that further into the harbor area later on and into this area here later on as well, without any further problems then. Perfect. That's that. The power station is now waiting for a bit of oil. I think, yeah, also the light bulbs are in, the last good that we needed. We should have everything now in store to finally reach the last tier. That's the investors, before we can jump into the skyscrapers. And with that, hopefully also the end of our influence problems. Stay tuned.